Why do the chosen ones face financial struggles? Have you ever wondered why some people, despite being devout and dedicated to their faith, still seem to struggle with finances? It's a perplexing question. These individuals, often referred to as chosen ones or those set apart for God's purpose, seem to endure financial hardship more than others. If they are indeed chosen by God, why do they face these challenges? The Bible has profound insights on this matter, and within its pages lie truths that reveal God's unique and purposeful approach to our financial struggles. Number 1, the reality of financial struggle among God's people. Throughout the Bible, we see that God's people, Abraham, Joseph, Moses, David, and even Jesus, faced times of hardship and financial struggle. This isn't just incidental. The Bible emphasizes that financial struggles are often a part of the path that the chosen ones walk. They aren't always exempt from hardship. Instead, they're often thrust right into it. Financial struggles aren't a sign of spiritual failure or a lack of favor. They are, in many cases, a part of the calling, a form of spiritual training that brings believers closer to God. The journey through financial difficulty is more than a season of hardship. It's often a divine lesson meant to refine faith, trust, and obedience to God. Number 2, biblical examples of financial struggles among the chosen. Abraham, the man of faith. Abraham, known as the father of faith, faced numerous hardships on his journey. God called him to leave his homeland, but he did not give Abraham an immediate fortune or comfortable life. Abraham wandered through foreign lands, facing famine, disputes, and battles. At times, he had to rely on the kindness of others or negotiate for basic necessities. This period of wandering with limited resources was a test of Abraham's reliance on God, showing him and us that true security isn't in wealth, but in divine guidance. Joseph, the favored son. Joseph's story highlights how a chosen one can endure severe trials, including financial ones, for a greater purpose. He was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and unjustly imprisoned. Yet through these dark chapters, Joseph learned humility, perseverance, and deep trust in God. His financial trials weren't a punishment. They were preparation for his eventual role in Egypt, where he would save countless lives, including his own family. His story shows how God's chosen people can be tested in the fires of financial adversity to prepare them for great responsibilities. Jesus, the Son of God. Even Jesus, the Son of God, lived a life without earthly wealth. He was born into humble circumstances, raised in a carpenter's family, and spent much of his ministry depending on the hospitality of others. Jesus demonstrated that his mission was not about accumulating wealth, but about doing his Father's will. He taught his followers to seek treasures in heaven rather than earthly riches, reminding us that financial struggles can redirect our focus from worldly pursuits to eternal purposes. Number 3, financial hardship as a test of faith. Faith is tested in times of need, and financial hardship provides fertile ground for such tests. Just as gold is refined in the fire, faith is often refined through trials. When resources are scarce, believers are compelled to depend on God rather than on their own means. This process is transformative, revealing the depth and authenticity of one's faith. In James 1:2-4 it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." Financial hardship can foster perseverance, humility, and a deeper relationship with God. It's an opportunity to recognize that God is our ultimate provider, even when the bank account is empty. Number 4, the purpose of provision and limitation. The Bible speaks to the purpose of provision and limitation. In Proverbs 38:9, a prayer states, "Give me neither poverty nor riches, but give me only my daily bread. Otherwise, I may have too much and disown you and say, 'Who is the Lord?' Or I may become poor and steal, and so dishonor the name of my God. This verse highlights a divine balance where God provides according to our needs and ensures that wealth doesn't become an idol. God often withholds riches to protect his chosen ones from the temptations and distractions that wealth can bring. If one's calling is to serve, to focus on spiritual growth, or to lead others, then a life of simplicity and reliance on God may be more beneficial for that individual's soul and mission. Number 5, building a testimony through financial struggle. A testimony is a powerful witness to God's grace and faithfulness. Financial hardship, when endured faithfully, creates a testimony that speaks volumes. A believer who has walked through financial struggles and emerged stronger in faith can offer hope and encouragement to others. This testimony becomes a tool for evangelism, a proof that God is faithful even when earthly resources are limited. Romans 8 verse 28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Financial struggles may seem like setbacks, but they are often setups for a greater purpose. These struggles build resilience and character, crafting a story that brings glory to God and strengthens the faith of others. Number 6, detaching from the love of money. Jesus warned against the love of money, saying in Matthew 6:24, "No one can serve two masters. You cannot serve both God and money." Financial hardship can serve as a reminder that money is a tool, not a master. When finances are limited, it's easier to understand that wealth is temporary and to focus on what truly matters: our relationship with God, our mission, and our character. 1 Timothy 6:10 states, "For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil." Financial struggles teach chosen ones to detach from the allure of wealth and to view it as a means of serving God rather than as an end in itself. By experiencing limitations, believers learn to see money as a resource that is best used in alignment with God's will. Number 7, the Apostle Paul in Philippians 4:12-13 said, "I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength." Contentment is a difficult lesson to learn, especially in a world that glorifies material success. Through financial struggle, chosen ones learn to find contentment in God alone. They understand that joy and peace do not depend on their financial situation, but on their trust in God. This contentment is a powerful testimony and a source of peace in a world driven by the pursuit of wealth. Number 8, financial struggles and spiritual growth. God often uses financial struggles to deepen the spiritual maturity of his chosen ones. In times of financial scarcity, believers are compelled to seek God more earnestly. They pray more, study the Bible more, and spend more time in communion with God. This dependency fosters spiritual growth as they learn to rely on God for wisdom, provision, and strength. Isaiah 55:8-9 reminds us, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Financial struggles push chosen ones to trust in God's wisdom and timing, even when his plans don't align with worldly logic. Number 9, being a light in financial hardship. Jesus said in Matthew 5:14, "You are the light of the world." Financial hardship offers believers a unique opportunity to be a light. When chosen ones respond to financial struggles with faith, gratitude, and perseverance, they set an example that challenges the world's values. People notice when a believer remains joyful, generous, and hopeful, even in difficult circumstances. By living out their faith in financial hardship, chosen ones demonstrate that their security doesn't come from wealth, but from God. This witness is powerful as it shows the world a different way of living, one that is rooted in faith, hope, and love rather than in financial security. Number 10, a heavenly perspective on earthly riches. The Bible teaches that our lives are but a vapor, James 4:14. Earthly riches are temporary, and God's chosen ones are called to have an eternal perspective. Jesus instructed his followers to store up treasures in heaven, where moths and vermin do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. Matthew 6:20. Financial struggles remind chosen ones to focus on eternal treasures rather than on earthly wealth. They learn to invest in what truly matters: relationships, character, faith, and acts of kindness. By embracing a heavenly perspective, they find peace and purpose beyond material success. Conclusion: financial struggle as a divine calling. The chosen ones struggle with finances not because they lack God's favor, but because they are called to a higher purpose. Financial hardship is a refining process, a test of faith, and a lesson in contentment. It's a reminder to focus on God's provision and to detach from the temporary allure of wealth. For God's chosen people, financial struggle is a part of their spiritual journey, a path that leads them closer to Him. And through these struggles, they emerge with a deeper faith, a stronger character, and a powerful testimony that glorifies God and inspires others. Thank you for joining us on this journey through why God's chosen ones often face financial struggles. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insights and inspirational content rooted in faith and wisdom. Let us know in the comments if you've had similar experiences and how God has worked through them in your life. Remember, you're not alone on this path, and every struggle can strengthen your faith. Stay tuned for more videos and keep walking boldly in your purpose.